And welcome, soccer fans. AFC Ann Arbor's women's team is live and on the air. Welcome to Pioneer High School's hallway field for this USLW match between your AFC Ann Arbor Mighty Oak and the Midwest United FC team. Tonight's match is presented by Bank of Ann Arbor. Bank of Ann Arbor has been the title sponsor of the club since the first season. It was Bank of Ann Arbor's increased investment that allowed the club to expand with the addition of the women's team in 2019. Thanks to their continued support, both our women's and men's team receive equitable support across all facets of the organization. Thank you, Bank of Ann Arbor, for all you do for our club and all of Washtenaw County. As a founding club of the Anti-Racist Soccer Club Coalition, AFC Ann Arbor is leading the efforts to combat racism in our sport and community. Visit antiracist.soccerclub.com to read the club's entire 10-point plan and to learn more about the coalition, which includes members such as Oakland Roots, Vermont Green FC, and Lansing Commons FC. With initiatives like the CLR Academy, a free youth sports sampling program promoting holistic and healthy living run by AFC Ann Arbor players, along with athletes from the University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University. CLR Academy was created in partnership with Washtenaw's My Brother's Keeper to better serve the young black and brown children across Washtenaw County. As we are live here at Hallway Field, game time temperature 63 degrees at this moment. It is a few clouds in the sky, but otherwise it is a very nice day out here. And we have an excellent matchup as it is versus the two top teams in the Great Lakes standing. So if we pull up the Great Lakes standing, you can see AFC Ann Arbor has played 3 matches, 2 wins, no losses, 1 tie. That gives them 7 points and a 2.3 points per match. Midwest United is in the number 2 spot. I know it's early, but they're right there. 2 games played, 1 win, no losses, 1 tie. By the way, the tie between those two was versus each other over at Midwest United. Midwest United has 4 points with a 2.0 points per match. Union FC Macomb is in the number 3 spot. They have played 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 points, and they have 1.5 points per match. Kalamazoo FC has played 2 games. They are 1 win, 1 loss as well, 3 points, and a 1.5 points per match. Detroit City has played 1 game. They have lost that game. That was the last home game versus AFC Ann Arbor here at Hallway Field. They do not have any points or points per match. Same with Toledo Villa. They have played 2 games, no wins, 2 losses, no draws, no points, and no points per match at this moment. Talking about AFC Ann Arbor's record and results, if we pull up their list right here, AFC Ann Arbor has, let me pull up the match schedule here, and that's the fun of pulling it up live on the internet. So they started off back on May 9th as that was a 2-1 win versus Union FC Macomb here at Hallway Field. Then they visited on May 14th Midwest United. That wasn't at the Midwest Complex. It was over at Aquinas College. That was a 1-1 draw between those 2 teams. And then the last game was here at Hallway Field on May 17th. That was a 2-1 win by Ann Arbor. If we take a look at the match details there, it started off as we come in, AFC Ann Arbor, if I can show all action history here. So there was a yellow card to Diambra at the 27th minute. Ivy Wilhelm picked up a yellow card in the 45th minute. Kopmeyer came in replacing Brand in the 59th minute. Struble came in replacing Fife in the 59th minute. And Irvin came in replacing Harsh. O'Malley replaced Permonen in the 70th minute. Bauman replaced Diambra in the 70th minute. Hill scored that in the 79th minute. So Hill got her first goal of the season. Irvin picked up a yellow card in the 81st minute. And then Kopmeyer got her first goal of the season in the 83rd minute. And that was the winning goal by Kopmeyer. Kopmeyer is the youngest player in AFC Ann Arbor history to score. She scored last season And she was even younger at the time than Chloe Ricketts, who is now with the Washington Spirit, when she scored. Then Melina went in for Wilhelm in the 87th minute. Action on the other side. If I can get things to scroll properly with Detroit. Crum got a yellow card in the 36th minute. Landstra went out, or Crum went out, Landstra in the 46th minute. Jekyll out and Pageant in the 46th minute. Addison scored the lone goal for Detroit City. That was in the 55th minute. Then Addison went out. Ferraro went in for her. Ted Teffend out in the 70th minute. Nasser in for her. Evans out in the 77th minute. Morgan in for her. Mason out, former AFC and Arbor player, out in the 77th minute. Greenhalgh in for her. And then Roberts out the 90th minute. Stefan in for her. So that was that game between those two squads. So again, that makes AFC and Arbor 2 wins and 1 draw. Talking about Midwest United and taking a look at their what's happened with them. So their matches, again, they had that 1-1 draw. That was their first match of the season back on May 14th. Then they played Toledo Villa back on the 21st, that at Midwest United. So this is their first road game of the season. And that game, Colliard went out and Spencer in the 53rd minute for Midwest United. Spencer scored in the 56th minute. Berg scored in the 58th minute, and Hurma scored in the 60th minute. So all 3 of those goals in tight succession within a 4-minute mark there. Then Dykema went out in the 63rd minute. Malik in for her. Berg went out in the 63rd minute. Sheldon in for her. Wieringa went out at the 63rd minute. Duchesne in for her. On the 80th minute, it was... pull this up here as I did. Tamansa going out, and then coming in was, let's see, Pysienski. And then on the 80th minute, it was Kata going out and Peterson in, and then Harema going out in the 80th minute, Stauffer going in. So that was all the action there for Midwest United. Again, 3 goals versus Toledo Villa. Toledo Villa had no goals in that game. The only action they had was substitutions, no yellow cards on Toledo Villa as well. So your goal scores thus far for AFC Ann Arbor. Paige Sanders has a goal. Koch has a goal. Malecki has a goal, Kopmeyer has a goal, and Hill has a goal. So that's where everything is at this moment in time. So taking a look at the goal leaders over on, let's see if we can get competition data here. Trying to find the goal scores off of the website for Midwest United. And I think it's all different players at this point as well. So on the match schedule, we talked about that. The lone scorer in that game versus Ann Arbor, it was Collard. So Collard has 1 goal for Midwest United. And then the other 3 goals, as we mentioned earlier, for them were Spencer, Berg, and that was going to be Harama. So that is the goal scores and where they're at. Harama scoring. So 4 different players scoring for Midwest United and 5 different players scoring for AFC Ann Arbor. As we are counting down, coming up the next 5 games for this women's team, as pop that on my director. So May 30th, they'll be on the road at Toledo Villa. That will be a 7:15 game. June 11th, that's the next, the lone home game in the next 5 games. That's going to be a Wednesday versus Kalamazoo FC. That will be 7 p.m. here at Hallway Field. June 18th, that's a Wednesday. They will be away at Kalamazoo That is a 7 p.m. game. June 21st is a Saturday. They will be at Detroit City FC. That'll be a 7 p.m. game. Then June 27th, that's a Friday, they will be at Union FC Macomb. That is a 7 p.m. game. The next home game, however, as we're about to have our walkout, is going to be on Monday, Memorial Day. That's going to be 11 a.m. Oakland County FC is going to come in versus your AFC Ann Arbor men's squad. So check that out. We would definitely love to have a bunch of people here. I know it's a little earlier game, but that means you can get together, have that game, go out to lunch afterwards, and things of that nature. So we're excited about that. We'll talk about the Stars in a moment, but a couple sponsors. Diaza, the team apparel sponsor and partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Don't forget to stop at the merch booth. If you come to a game, you can check out the new 2025 jerseys available in youths, men's, and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the team wears. You can also get that at afcannarbor.com. Polestar Detroit, the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Polestar Detroit for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. YMCA, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank them for their support in 2025. Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor for 10 mighty years of continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor helps. Wickfield Property, the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Wickfield Properties for 10 years of support, housing the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers, we want to thank them for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers, your diamond store. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and for all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Units Moving and Storage, the official storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. And A20, the sustainability partner. We will turn it over to our public address announcer here as we have the walkouts happening. You'll get your starting 11 for both squads as AFC Ann Arbor is in their gray kits with the Bank of Ann Arbor logo on the front, gray shorts and gray socks, numbers on the back. Midwest United is in their darker blue kits. They have the blue shorts and the blue socks, numbers on the back. And as soon as I get my nice, wonderful binoculars, I can tell you what's on the front of those, which is NNPD. Whatever that's they're going to be their title sponsor. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer.
For the Midwest United FC, at goalkeeper, number 13, Reagan Sullivan. At defender, number 2, Madison Cotta. At defender, number 4, Olivia Albert. At defender, number 18, Taryn Deshay. At defender, number 6, Madison Mallett. At midfield, number 20, Meredith Vance. At midfield, number 21, Heidi Tamansa. At midfield, number 10, Macy Waringa. At forward, number 23, Jocelyn Harrimer. At forward, number 3, Ireland Sheldon. And at forward, number 14, Callie Collins. The Midwest United FC are coached by Joe White, Grant Osey, Chris Taborn, and Kyle Group. And now let's meet the starting 11 for your Mighty O. And goalkeeper number 1, Madison Free. Number 2, Eliza Fisher. Number 4, Cora Conley. Number 5, Sophia Diambra. Number 7, Vivian Permonin. Number 9, Elle Irvin. Number 10, Brianna Horsch. Number 14, LD 5. Number 16, Chloe Brinn. Number 18, by Victor Place. He is assisted by Belial Altman, Rianne Lewis-Doyle, and Logan Coleman. All right, Mighty Oak fans, it's time to get ready for some Mighty Oak soccer.
As we are getting ready to go here for the starting kick. Great starting laps. We appreciate our public address announcer here getting ready to go. And today is a Hawaiian theme because the partnership with Imagine Theaters for the Lilo and Stitch movie coming out, the live action. I was a huge sucker for the animated version. Ohana is family. Family means nobody is ever left behind or forgotten, and it really touches my heart to today's if I watch it. Wonderful movie, and hopefully the live action will be good. But if you see the crowd, you got a lot of people in Hawaiian shirts. There's even is that a Hawaiian shirt with AFC and Arbor logos on it with the Main Street Hooligans? It is, and that's pretty. There a couple of them are wearing Hawaiian shirts with a little AFC and Arbor logo on that. I love those Hawaiian shirts. Takes me back to when I used to wear them because of Magnum PI back in the day. But that is a long, long time ago. So I'm admitting I'm old. That's okay. I don't turn 50 until before the game after next. So that's what you get. Both of these squads getting ready. The officials right at the center circle. Both of these squads are undefeated. 2 wins, 1 draw for Ann Arbor. 1 win, 1 draw for Midwest United. And the draw was against each other. That was out at Aquinas, as there were some things scheduled at the Midwest United complex. So they played at Aquinas. Nice soccer field over there on the west side of the state. A few Midwest United fans have come and made the trip all the way over from that west side. We appreciate it. It is really a gorgeous, cool day today. This is a perfect spring day, as now that I've said that, I'm sure something will happen, and it'll be my fault, as I will have jinxed it, but that's okay. We got a good crowd showing up here on a holiday weekend. Again, 2 games. The next game will be the men in action versus Oakland. That is going to be at 11 a.m. on Monday. As the men just came off a game last night versus Macomb, Union FC Macomb. That was a 1-1 draw. The Ann Arbor had the opening goal in the 4th minute, and it was answer back in the 8th minute, and no other goals in that game versus Union FC Macomb. So draw for the men's squad, but we'll see them on Monday, and they'll hope to get a big win versus Oakland County as Midwest United puts it underway. Bringing it ahead over there is Waringa. And sent right down the middle, trying to get to it back over there is Barreto ahead, and that knocked away. Fired again, blocked back over there as by Sullivan. Sullivan getting some opportunities quickly, patrolling that 18 and knocking a couple opportunities for Ann Arbor. That in the 1st minute here. And ball control, trying to bring it back ahead is Waringa. Up the middle, stolen away, moved over across the way by Harsh. Now coming up the far wing, here comes Ann Arbor. Lots of pressure early by the Mighty Oak, as that's intercepted, but down across the way goes Harsh, and that is going to be a kick for Ann Arbor, just on the edge of that attacking third is. So good spot for a kick here, as you hear the Main Street Hooligans letting themselves be heard, as that's sent into the 18 and goes just wide to the near side out. That will be a goal kick for Midwest. As Sullivan will get that ball set on the 6. She's wearing the red kit for the goalkeeper. So Sullivan gets back and lifts up the right hand, and low line drive kick. And bounces just shy of midfield. Trying to pull it ahead. Back over there is Harema. Back the other direction. Down onto the near wing, trying to feed it back to the defense. Midwest Fires it all the way across as that's DeShane. Over onto the far wing, over to Albert. Albert trying to send it up the far touchline. That ball right at midfield. Battle for it on that far touchline. Moved right back over to Albert. Albert launches it down the far wing, trying to get it over to Sheldon. That ball, Sheldon heading back towards midfield. Now chips that ahead. Knocked away by Ann Arbor. Controlled right at midfield. Fired ahead as that ball over to Conley. Conley trying to get it back, but that pulled away by Vance. Vance sends it right to midfield. Now controlled by Ann Arbor. Their defense flips that over as Fife. Fife gets it back on the near wing. Fife brings it up. Now feeds it right on the near touchline. That launched ahead back over there by Brand. That ball will bounce, but that is going to be offside. I can already smell the hot dogs and the cooking onions up here already. I got a good whiff of some cooking onions. They keep on trying to make me hungry as we're out here. There's great food, always a good food truck if you come down. And trying to pull that away back over there was Barretto. Now launched all the way across by Brand. Played down by Conley. Sent over, headed up by Brand. Off the body, trying to bring it ahead by Malik. Battle for it. Conley trying to feed it ahead. Now pulled back. Vance, sends it down the near touchline. Pulled back by Diambra. Diambra over to Conley. Conley coming up the near side of the pitch. That through ball knocked away as Malik got in that passing lane. They'll go all the way back into the 18. Preeb has it there. Preeb moves ahead to Fife. Fife coming up the near side of the pitch. Fife. Tipped, intercepted, sent back by Midwest United over to Collard. Out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Ann Arbor. Here in 4th minute. We're about to get in now in the 5th minute here. As that ball brought ahead. All the way back in along the far wing. As that's brought ahead by Ann Arbor. Over midfield into the attacking third. Picked up into the 18. And collision. Permonen trying to get in there. Ball knocked away. Again, offside. It's going to come out to the edge of the 18. Sullivan trying to get people up the pitch. Right foot into it. Spinning ball over midfield. And headed back by Irvin. Now up the near wing. Bringing it ahead. That launched all the way back. Trying to knock it away back over there was DeShane. Lifted back by Sullivan. Up this near wing. Knocked down by Fife. Fife moves it ahead. Grabbed by Barretto. Barretto trying to come down the near touchline, looking for a cross. Barretto on the end line. Barretto, that knocked out by Malik. That is going to turn into a corner as Harsh will take this set piece. So good job to earn a set piece here for the Ann Arbor squad. Ball set by Harsh in the near corner. Raises the left hand. Puts the right foot into it. That headed up and just to the near side of the woodwork and out. Conley over to that near side, but couldn't quite get to it before it went out. Sullivan will send this away in the 7th minute here. Scoreless so far from Hallway Field. 1 of 2 games this weekend. As again, the men's squad plays at 11 o'clock on Monday. 11 a.m. We would love to see you up here. And that knocked away Malik. Trying to move it ahead. Ball back to the defensive pairing. Bringing it up. Now up the near wing. Grabbed there by Malik. Malik launches it. As that will go back. Fisher trying to play back there. Trying to get it away from Herema. And out the far touchline. That is going to be a throw-in by Midwest. As Kata Sends it in. That's sent right out the far touchline, and that'll be another throw-in. Into the far corner again. Sent up high into the visitor stands. Kata again will throw this in the far touchline. That ball played off the body. Back now over with it. Bringing it ahead is Malik. Malik into the near corner, trying to turn on it is Collard, knocked away, and that fired all the way back into the middle third, cleared by Ann Arbor. Trying to feed it right back in. Midwest United controls over. Onto the near wing to Malik. Malik coming up the near touchline. Malik trying to get around Barreto. That ball back. Fife with it. Fife gets it over to Preeb. Preeb stops. Preeb back over to Fife. Fife brings it up the near side of the pitch. Fife moves it into the middle third. Midwest United trying to attack and knock it away. Fife rolls it back onto that far side. Now that's moved ahead over there by Irving. Up the near touchline, racing ahead with it. Barreto, but out the near touchline, and that will be a throw-in by Malik. Malik with the ball set. Brings it in, headed back by Ann Arbor, right back to Malik. Malik will send it in again. That headed down and out. That off of Collard. That will be a throw-in as Brand with the throw-in on the near touchline. Played off the body as Conley was trying to bring it ahead. Now over there, Sheldon. Sheldon trying to get it across. Racing over into the far corner. Fisher has it. Fisher tries to bring it up the far touchline. Fisher drives it into the middle third. That moved back over, chipped ahead, and out the far touchline. Kata will have it there with the throw-in for Midwest United here in the 10th minute at Hallway Field. Brought in, out again, the far touchline. Kata again will throw it in. That ball all the way into the 18. Stopped by Preeb. Preeb lifts it down the near side of the pitch and headed up back there by Barreto. Battle for it in the middle third. Vance trying to move it over. Now here comes Waringa. Waringa moves it onto the far corner. Bringing up the far wing is Harema. Harema trying to get across. That's sent out. Good job to knock that away. That is a corner. Set to take the corner is Waringa. Waringa lifts it high into the 18. That headed up and out. Sheldon got a head on it, but that went out to the near side of the woodworks. That is going to be a goal kick for Preeb here in the 11th minute. Still scoreless from Hallway Field as the sun's shining down on the pitch. Preeb back to send this one away. Preeb launches it all the way back. That ball in along the near wing. Preeb, by the way, is senior at American University. She grew up in Plymouth, Michigan. Appreciate her joining the team here. That ball played over by Brand. Now brought up by Fife. Fife trying to rocket it into the 18. Moved over. Turning on it is Malik. Malik trying to get it back into the middle third. Big battle. Brand trying to feed it into the 18, but Sullivan picks it up there. Here in the 12th minute, Sullivan rolls it over onto the far wing. That brought up by Albert. Albert puts it on the far touchline. Fisher trying to get it out of the middle third. Ann Arbor trying to control it and get it out of there. Now racing Permonen, coming down the far wing. Permonen into the 18, and that launched by Albert out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Fisher in the attacking third here in the 12th minute. Trying to get it over to Conley. Conley trying to get across. That headed out by Vance. That ball picked up by Sullivan. Sullivan gets it set and moves it over onto the near wing. Brought ahead and moved over to Collard. Collard on the near touchline and rolls back and out. That's going to be Ann Arbor's ball as Harsh with the throw-in on the near touchline. Now Barretto trying to get across, battling a pair of players. That's out off of Ann Arbor. That will be a throw-in by Midwest United. They'll have that deep in their own defensive third. They lift it in, headed back by Barretto, but out the near touchline. Barretto there battling with Collard on the near touchline. That's Malik who's taking the throw in there. Diambra trying to get to it, fired ahead back over there by Tamansa. Now controlled by Hill. Hill moves it to Diambra, back to Hill on the far wing. Hill had a goal in the last game. The ball moved ahead up the middle third, trying to get it over to Conley, tipped away, but an Ann Arbor player down on the pitch, and that's going to result in a kick as Permonent was down on the pitch. Hill back to kick it away. Hill gets it over to Fife. Fife down onto the near wing for Brand. Brand trying to move it ahead. That's stolen away. That ball brought ahead by Tamansa. Tamansa gets it onto the far touchline. Here comes Kata. Kata trying to get it through. That out the far touchline. That will be throw-in for Ann Arbor as Fisher will have it on the far touchline. Quick throw-in over there. Corralling that and sending it all the way across this Harsh. Now Brand has it from Fife. Brand up the near touchline. Brand makes a good move trying to get around Collard. Brand sends it to midfield. Now ahead to Diambra. Diambra, two-time captain for the Eastern Michigan squad, Diambra. That ball right into the 18, plucked up there by Sullivan. So Diambra playing her college ball just down the way at Eastern Michigan, stolen away by Barretto. That knocked out the near touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Ann Arbor as Brand will have it on the near touchline. Back to Brand. Brand trying to get it across. Battle for it. Conley had that knocked away. And down on the near touchline, fed ahead as that was launched by Collard all the way back and out. So Fife gets it over. Now Brand with the throw-in on the near touchline here in the 16th minute. Still scoreless here on a Hawaiian night at Hallway Field, again celebrating the Lilo and Stitch live action movie. I've yet to see that, but imagine movie theater partnering with AFC Ann Arbor. Beautiful through ball, but that caught and grabbed by Sullivan. Trying to get that to Irvin, but got to the goalie first. Good service. As Deshaun moves it ahead over to Malik. Malik launches it. Malik trying to get that, but offside. The call trying to set up Harema. But Harema just back behind the defense, and that will be Ann Arbor's ball. So Harsh gets it back. Hill moves it to Harsh. Harsh back to Hill, right on the edge of the middle third. Hill gets it over to Fisher, up the far wing. Fisher trying to get it over. That move back over by Irvin and out the far touchline. Kata will have it there for the throw-in for Midwest United. Headed up back over there by Tamansa. All the way into the far corner. Sheldon looking for a cross. Sheldon moves it over. That ball, top of the 18. Shot. And knocked out by Preeb as Harema had an opportunity. Got it back to Tamansa. And good job to get the hand on it and pop that out. That's going to be a corner now. So it looks like Kata will take the corner. She'll bring it over to the near corner. So Midwest United earns a set piece here. As we are in the 18th minute, still scoreless. Kata raises the right hand. Kata arcs it into the 18, rolls over onto the far wing. And that out as Irvin will let it go out there. That'll be a throw-in for Ann Arbor as Fisher will go over and throw it in deep in her own defensive third. Trying to get the ball cleared out of here. Now Fisher trying to come up the far touchline. That will go out off of Ann Arbor. That is going to be a throw-in by Kata for Midwest United, deep in the attacking third for Midwest United. Kata arcs it over. Hill trying to knock it away. Battle for Permonen trying to poke that out. That goes out the end line. That'll be a goal kick. Good job back there by Permonen. That will turn into a goal kick for Preeb. Preeb motioning everyone down the pitch. Again, we want to thank some of the wonderful sponsors for AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2025 jerseys available at the merch booth in youth, men's, and women's sizes, including online at afcannarbor.com. That ball into the attacking third, controlled by Midwest United as they send it back to Vance. Vance into the far corner, trying to get it over to Waringa. That ball tipped down the far touchline. But that ball brought back. That is going to be a kick just outside of the attacking third for Midwest United. Here in the 20th minute, Albert launches it and headed back over onto the far wing, played down. Trying to get to it is Vance. Vance chips it onto the far wing. Is Kata with it there. Kata trying to poke it ahead over to Harema. Harema. And out the end line, that is going to be a corner. Vance over to take the corner. So Midwest United earns themselves another set piece here. All set on the far corner. Right hand raise. Vance puts it into the 18, headed back and launched. As that'll roll out the end line, that will be a corner over to the near side. This looks like Kata comes over to take that corner on the near side. Kata gets the ball set. Raises the right hand. Arced ahead, knocked down that ball all the way down onto the near wing. Kata races back to get it top of the attacking third. That over to Malik. Malik trying to launch it back into the 18. Headed up by Ann Arbor. Conley over to play it. That ball down. Now Permonen bringing it ahead. Knocked back the other direction and out the near touchline. That should be Ann Arbor ball. And it is. Brand with the quick throw-in. Now racing up the near wing, that goes out the near touchline. Collard with the quick throw in, trying to keep pressure on Ann Arbor. Now Malik, and taken away. Conley trying to arc it all the way across, played down onto the far wing. Now sent in, trying to get to it. Fire, and a goal! AFC Ann Arbor puts it in as number 9, Irvin, scores and puts the Mighty Elk up 1-0. Beautiful through ball, and Irvin got just behind the goalie and fired it in. So you can see it here, well played through ball, great service, and just put it outside to the far side as a good opportunity for Sullivan to try and knock it down, but not able to do so. So in the 22nd minute, Ann Arbor goal, that by Irvin. And Ann Arbor is up 1-0. As Malik up the near wing, knocked away. Battle for it is down on the pitch is Harsh. Pulled back by Vance. Now Conley dispossessing Vance down. That's going to turn into a kick for Midwest United as Deshane has it here. Deshane moves that down the pitch. That headed up, down onto the far wing by Hill. Trying to get to it over there, Irvin. Back into the far corner. Fisher trying to track it down. Knocked and out the end line. That will be a goal kick. Big battle back there by Harema and Fisher. Good job by Fisher to turn that into a goal kick. Again, looking to kick it away back over here is Preeb. Polestar Detroit is the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Polestar Detroit for their support of AFC Ann Arbor. Ball down onto the far wing. Hill trying to fire it ahead. And that's back, trying to get to it. Permonen into the 18 and grabbed by Sullivan. So, Servin on the assist across the way.
Correction. AFC Ann Arbor assist by number 18, Mariana Barreto.
Sorry, that was Barreto serving as substitute, so she's not in quite yet. All the way down to Brand, but a whistle blows here in the 24th minute. That is going to turn into a kick for Ann Arbor. Quickly, they move it over. Fife on up the near wing, over to Brand. Brand heads towards the middle of the pitch. And picked up. Sent ahead. Permonen onto the near touchline. Permonen looking for a cross. Permonen fires it ahead, and that just goes a little high. As trying to fire that in. Beautiful setup by Permonen. As Conley trying to get to it, and just a little bit too much on it. That went over the crossbar. 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead here in the 25th minute from Hallway Field. That ball down the near side of the pitch, right over Brand's head. Brand trying to get it back as she'll go down. Sheldon trying to pull that ball away. That will be a kick for Ann Arbor as Fife moves it back to Hill. Hill all the way across. Fisher with it there. Fisher moving it over, grabbing it is Harsh. Harsh gets it back to Fisher. Fisher up the far touchline. Fisher back to Hill. Hill in her own defensive third. Preeb has it in the 18. Preeb over to Fife. Fife on the near side of the pitch. Fife now looks over to Brand to her right. Moves it back to Preeb as pressure coming back over there from Collar. Now over to Hill up the far wing. Hill moves up the far side of the pitch, trying to get it through, knocked away, back by Albert. Battle for it on the far touchline. Ann Arbor trying to send it ahead, knocked away from Conley. It's a good head by Midwest United. Now moving it over is Harsh. Harsh just over midfield. Harsh ends up down on the pitch. Coming ahead with it is Tamamsa, but that will be Ann Arbor with a ball right at midfield. Here in the 26th minute, 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Ball back over to Fife. Fife up the near side of the pitch. Fife right over midfield. Now on the near touchline, Brand with it. Brand trying to avoid pressure. Back to Fife. Fife across to Hill. Hill just in the middle third. Hill all the way over to Fisher. Fisher just at midfield. Fisher gets it over to Harsh. Harsh back to Fife. Fife right towards midfield over to Hill. Hill bringing up the far side of the pitch, sending it in. That knocked away right back into the middle third by Midwest United. Harema trying to turn on it on that far touchline. That will go out. That will be an Ann Arbor throw-in. Fisher has it on the far touchline, just on her own side of midfield. Gets that into Harsh. Harsh almost dispossessed. Battle for it as Harsh will move it back over to Hill. Hill across. Now Fife with it. Fife up the near side of the pitch. Fife on the near touchline. Over for Brand. Brand gets it across over to Harsh. Harsh down onto the far wing. And moved into the 18. Trying to come in. Irvin Permonen trying to keep it in, but just couldn't keep it in, as that was sent out the end line. I want to thank YMCA, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Of course, Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank them for 10 years of mighty support. That ball up the far wing. Wickfield Properties is the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Lewis Jewelers, the jewelry partner of AFC Ann Arbor. That's sent all the way across. Now rifled down and out the near touchline. That will be a throw-in for Midwest. Malik has it. Malik moves it in, gets it back on the near touchline. Malik trying to send it towards the center of the pitch. Right on the edge of the 18, battling back there is Sheldon. That goes out the near touchline. Collard with the throw-in. Nope, now Malik will take it. So Malik has it on the near touchline. In the attacking third for Midwest United. Trying to loft it. And tips back up the pitch. Sent ahead by Midwest United as that was chipped ahead by Deshane. Now Malik, that launched all the way across by Collard into the far corner. Trying to turn on it is Harema. Harema out the end line. That is going to be another set piece here as Vance will take the corner. Here in the 29th minute, 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Midwest United trying to get back in with this set piece. Headed out, good job by Hill. Now over onto the near wing. Racing over and launched right back by Malik. That headed by the Ann Arbor defense over. Brought ahead by Conley. Now over to Permonen. Permonen up the middle of the pitch. Permonen. And pulled away back over there by Waringa. Waringa back into the 18. Over to Sullivan. On to the near wing to Deshane. Deshane up the near side of the pitch. Right to midfield. Sheldon with it there. That pulled away. Turning on it is Harsh. Harsh trying to chip it ahead. That right into the 18. Sullivan grabs it up there as we are in the 30th minute from Hallway Field. A few more sponsors out there. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak. We want to thank Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor, the tourism partner of Ann Arbor. And A20, the sustainability partner. That played. Midwest United controls it, sends it back right over midfield. Now bringing it ahead is Albert. Albert moves on to the far side of the pitch, sends it into the 18. That grab by Preeb. Preeb will have it right there. Out to the edge of the 18, waiting for folks to go a little further down. Sheldon staying deep into the attacking third. Over to Hill. Hill over to Fisher. Fisher up the far side of the pitch. Fisher. And knocked out. Fisher will have it as a challenge by Harema. Sending out the far touchline. Played back. Now grabbed as good job to bring it ahead by Harsh. Harsh trying to get it as the Hombre ends up down on the pitch. Playing advantage is moved back over by Irvin. Ball launched as that will be grabbed by Sullivan. Good opportunity over there by Barato. Sullivan. Now up the near side of the pitch. Fed over to Albert. Albert. Back over on the near wing to Duchesne. Duchesne back to Albert. Albert. Slowly moving up the pitch. Back over to Duchesne. Duchesne trying to get out of her own defensive third. Duchesne bring up the near side of the pitch. Arcs it ahead. That grab trying to feed it ahead by Tamansa. Deflected out the near touchline. That will be Midwest United throwing for Malik. Malik arcs it in. Headed up back over there by Collard. All the way back into the middle third. Albert stops it there. Albert looks up the pitch. Now moves it over to Duchesne. Duchesne comes over to the near side. Duchesne gets a little motion. Now over to Malik. Malik trying to send it up the near touchline. That knocked out by Ann Arbor, but that'll be a throw-in for Malik in the attacking third. Headed down, looking to turn on it. Collard looking for a cross. Collard on the end line, feeds it. That knocked down, now sent up high as that will go down to the top of the attacking third. Back into the middle third. And trying to get away from it, and a collision there is racing to get the ball. As that was Irvin, the goal scorer for Ann Arbor. She was trying to leaping and get the ball, but it was just knocked out of the way and ended up colliding with the Midwest United player. Back over on this near wing to Duchesne. Duchesne into the attacking third. Duchesne over to Malik on the near touchline. Malik trying to avoid pressure as that ball, that will be Ann Arbor's ball as Ann Arbor gets a kick back in their own defensive third. I believe that's Fife with it. And moved back over to Fife. Fife just inside the near touchline. Back to Preeb in the 18. Preeb over to Hill on the far wing. Hill moves it onto the far touchline for Fisher. Fisher right to midfield. Trying to turn on it is Irvin. Irvin coming up the far wing. Irvin trying to make it into the attacking third. Irvin down to Permonen. Collision. Here comes Midwest United the other direction. Midwest United with it is Vance. Vance moves it towards midfield. That fired ahead, knocked away by Harsh. Harsh coming up the near wing. Harsh looks up the pitch. Harsh now trying to send it, trying to find Permonen. That knocked away by Malik. Good defense by Malik. Now Sheldon launches it all the way down the pitch. Fisher fires it the other direction. That will bounce into the 18, and Sullivan has it right there here in the 35th minute. 1-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. Albert up the far side of the pitch. Albert trying to feed it ahead to Sheldon. Back, and that's knocked away by Hill. Now Harsh trying to get around traffic, trying to get around Vance. Harsh trying to feed it all the way down the far wing as Cotta had it there. But now onto the far wing. That launched, and it hit the field goal post. As Barreto taking a shot at it, and that just a little high. As she was able to turn on it, and just about a 2-foot high, and that turns into a goal kick here for Midwest United. Again, Ann Arbor up 1-0 here in the first half. All the way over to Albert. Irvin, the lone goal scorer, providing pressure back in the Midwest United defensive third. Albert gets it from Duchesne. Back over to Duchesne. Duchesne bringing it up the pitch. Duchesne rockets it forward. Now sent back. Lifted ahead by Tamansa. Controlled by Fife. Fife gets it back to Preeb in the 18. Preeb for Ann Arbor. Now back over to Fife. Fife trying to bring it up the near side of the pitch. Trying to avoid big-time pressure by Harama. Back to Preeb in the 18. Preeb. Low line drive, trying to get it over to Harsh. That played down by Conley, knocked down. Now Harsh has it. Harsh trying to come up the center of the pitch. Harsh feeding it, trying to get it to Irvin. Irvin trying to get past the defense. Now Albert has it. There was a whistle and a collision. This is going to turn into an opportunity just outside the 18. As this is going to be a very advantageous spot for a free kick for Ann Arbor. As Harsh gets it set up again about 2.5 feet outside of the 18. So good set piece opportunity here. Again, both of these squads unbeaten. They drew with each other. 2 wins for Ann Arbor, 1 win for Midwest United. Trying to get the tiebreaker here as Harsh sends it over and in. And it's a goal by AFC Ann Arbor. Harsh with a beautiful shot that just inside the far post. and that makes it 2-0 as Ann Arbor goes up that at the 37th minute. As you can see it here, she gets it right over and just inside that far post. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spot on that shot. So 2-goal lead here for Ann Arbor. And again, it's two more players who have scored who have not before, as Irvin and Harsh. The scores, so that makes 7 different scores for AFC Ann Arbor, the women's squad, on the season. Ball rolled over by Waringa. Moved back to center. Kata trying to fire it back deep. That ball sent out the far touch line as Fife fired it out that far touch line. That'll be a throw in. By the way, Fife is a transfer. She's an Ann Arbor native. She played with the Michigan Hawks. She's transferring to Michigan, University of Michigan, to play with the team in this next upcoming season. That ball grabbed by Preeb in the 18. Here in the 39th minute of the first half. Preeb rolls it out just outside of the 18 now. Preeb has Brand to her left, gets it to Brand. Right on the near touch line, Brand. And moved back over. Sent by Harsh back to Preeb. Preeb over to Hill. Hill, one of those 7 goal scores. Over to Fisher down the far touch line. That ball moved ahead. And trying to turn on it back over there was Irvin. Coming the other direction is Vance for Midwest United. That's sent right to the far touch line and out. That'll be a throw in by Kata. Over there on that far touch line. Kata arches it over, that headed up. Moved over by Beretta. Now Conley trying to knock it away down to the pitch. Went Harsh, so that will be a kick for Ann Arbor. It's Hill ready to send it away. So we are in the 40th minute. Hill raises the right hand. Hill blasts it down the pitch. That headed back right at the edge of the attacking third. With it back over there is Waringa. Moves it back. Now Kata over to Albert. Albert moves it over to Sulliver. Sulliver in the 18. Sulliver over onto the near wing to Duchesne. Duchesne bringing up the near side of the pitch. Duchesne into the middle third. Now Malik trying to move it. That back and out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Ann Arbor here in the 41st minute. No, excuse me. That'll be a Midwest United throw-in. Malik with it there. Malik arcs it over. Played down off the body. Back over to Malik. Malik lofts it, trying to get it deep. Then knocked away by Diambra. Now Hill gets it back over to Conley. Conley trying to get away from traffic. Vance has it. Vance right foot into it as that will go just wide of the far post. Good opportunity that just sailed wide of for Vance. Ball set right at the 6 by Preeb. Preeb over to Fife. Fife launching it ahead, played down by Permonen. But a whistle as Permonen ended up catching one of the Midwest players, as I believe that was Tamansa who went down. So that turns into a kick here on the edge of the middle third. Duchesne ready to send this up the pitch. Duchesne moves it down onto the far wing. That headed back by Ann Arbor. Popped up by Waringa. Waringa trying to get it into the 18. Headed out by Fife. Now played down. Here comes Permonen. Permonen trying to feed it ahead. Conley. It's just slipped off of her foot as Albert had it. Albert over to Kata. Kata trying to move it ahead. Now Harsh has it. Harsh hits it back over to Fife. Fife works her way back Towards her defensive third, over to Hill. Hill right back into the middle third. Deambra back to Hill. Hill gets it over to Preeb in the 18. Preeb now rockets it up the middle of the pitch. That played down by Collar. Collar gets it over, but that over to Permonen. Permonen on the near touchline. Permonen gets it back over as that's moved across by Harsh over to Hill as Hill. Low line drive kick that popped up high down the far touchline and out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Ann Arbor as Fisher will have it here in the 43rd minute. 2-0 Ann Arbor with the lead as that goes out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Midwest United. So we're about 2.5 minutes until stoppage time. That ball on the edge of the 18 coming over, fired all the way back into the middle third. Now trying to move that across was Malik. That ball launched back. Trying to poke it away back over there from Harema. Now challenge back there over to Fisher. Fisher trying to bring it ahead. Fisher feeds it back into the middle third. That chipped away here in the 44th minute. That ball blasted all the way back, coming down the far wing and out. The far touchline there, it's Kata. Gets it back into Sulliver. Sulliver has it in the 18. Sulliver. And over to Albert. Albert onto the near wing for Duchesne. Duchesne bringing it up the near side of the pitch. Duchesne over midfield. Duchesne. Hill volleys it the other direction. All the way back, controlled and out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Ann Arbor. That ball grabbed by Brand. Brand gets it in back onto the near touchline. Brand battle with Collard. Back over to Hill. Hill trying to get it away from pressure from Harema. That ball down on the far touchline here in the 45th minute. Ball back over to Fisher on that far touchline. Fisher trying to arc it ahead right at midfield as Conley trying to pull it away from a pair of Midwest United players there. Now bringing it towards the center of the pitch is Waringa. Waringa moves it back. Kata now over. That knocked away, but that will be a whistle. As Vance ended up down, and that will be an advantageous free kick as they quickly get it over to Vance, or over to Albert. Launched in, and that will come down onto the near wing. All the way out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in as we are almost to stoppage time here. As we are now in stoppage time. That ball sent back. Here comes Waringa. Moves it back over to Albert. Albert over to Kata. Kata coming up the far touchline. Kata trying to arc it into the 18. Grab by Preeb. Did not hear how much stoppage time. 1 minute. So not a lot of stoppage time. There was not a lot of injuries or things of that nature. Hill has it as we are about 27 seconds in. It's the stoppage time. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead, trying to keep that lead going into halftime as Kata will have the ball on the far touchline. 40 seconds into stoppage time. That ball headed up now. I think that's Hill. Hill trying to move it. Waringa has it right on the edge of the middle third. Waringa moves it back over to Albert. 55 seconds into stoppage time. Launched into the 18. Grab by Preeb. As right there was Harema, but Preeb able to grab it. So we're now about 1:05 into stoppage time. Ball bounces, and that's sent away again. And that will do it, as there's the three whistles, and we head into
That is the end of the first half. The score,
halftime, as it is 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead here at halftime.
We have reached the Paul Star.
As it was in the 22nd minute, a goal by Irvin, and in the 37th minute, it was a goal by Harsh. Now they're going to have at halftime the Amputee Soccer Club doing some playing here. Last year we had Blasty, the Michigan Stormtrooper. We appreciate him. He does a lot of good stuff, going to a lot of Michigan games. We broadcast the Michigan women's hockey games, and he's there a lot. So we really appreciate Blasty. He's shown up to a couple of these events as well. And if you look at the pictures from the amputee soccer game from last season, Blasty was playing goal. By the way, Emily Eitzman is, I don't believe she's on the roster today, but Emily Eitzman, Ann Arbor native who played with the Michigan club team, she is the director of college development for the USA Amputee Football Federation. So, Eitzman doing a lot of good work in the community. She's also VP, co-VP of the Mighty Oak Project. So we appreciate everything she's done. Longtime Mighty Oak herself, and we're very grateful for that. All right, so let us do this. Let's take a look at our scoreboard. And we'll talk about the next game, the remaining games, and we'll give you a break from my voice. So taking a look at the schedule here, as that just updated. That's frustrating, as I had the dates exactly where I wanted them, and then that went away, because that's what happens occasionally when you rely on the internet, right? You gotta love it. Again, it's Hawaiian night here, as celebrating the live-action Lilo in Stitch, as mentioned. Theaters in conjunction with AFC and Arbor having a good celebration here, so definitely something that I am going to want to check out. So back on the 18th, it was the Olympic Club. 3-1 win over the Marion FC Sirens, and ended up with a scoreless draw between Solomon Bay and West Seattle. Also on the 18th, it was a 3-0 win by the Long Island Rough Riders over AC Connecticut. 2-0 win by River Light FC over the Chicago City Dutch Lions. It was a 3-2 win by Morris Elite Soccer over NJ Copa FC. It was San Francisco really put it on Academia SC 10-0. It was 6-0, a win by FC Olympia over Lane United FC. 8-0 by Fort Lauderdale over Miami AC. It was 3-1 Kalamazoo FC beating Toledo Villa FC. It was 2-0 Rochester FC beating RKC Third Coast. Challenge FC with a 1-0 win over AHFC Royals. On the 19th, it was Flower City topping FC Buffalo 2-1. It was the Colorado Storm with a 6-0 shutout of Colorado International. On the 20th, it was the NC Courage U23 team with a 5-1 win over North Carolina Fusion. It was a 3-1 win, the Cedar Stars over the NJ Copa FC. It was 2-0, the Lone Star San Antonio team over San Antonio, I think that's Athens. It was the Carolina Ascent FC beating Wake FC 2-1. Ended up as a 1-1 tie draw by Charlotte Eagles and South Georgia. It was a 3-1 win by Chattanooga over Greenville Liberty SC. It was TLH Reckoning with a 5-2 win over Brokehouse FC. 7-0 was the score Capo FC over AMSG FC. That was on the 21st. Also on the 21st, it was Miami City, FC Miami City, with the 6-1 win over Miami AC. 2-2 draw between Cleveland Force SC. They were in our division last season. They are not this season, versus the Erie Sports Center. 1 Knoxville beat Birmingham Legion 1-0. That also on the 21st. See if I can advance this a page. Pretty please. There we go. All right. Also happening on the 21st, it was Kings Hammer FC who beat Brevard SC Riptide 1-0. We played Kings Hammer the first season we were broadcasting. Also racing Louisville FC with a 1-0 win over Lexington SC. It was Virginia Beach with a 2-0 win over Richmond IVSC. It was a 3-0 win by Riverlight FC over Sioux Falls SC. 2-2 draw between Paisley Athletics FC and Morris Elite SC. It was North Virginia with a 4-2 win over Lancaster Inferno. The Indy 11 had a 3-0 win over the Dayton Dutch Lions. It was Midwest United FC with that 3-0 win over Toledo Villa FC, then again on the 21st. On the 22nd, Utah United with a 5-0 win over Albion SC. It was a 2-0 win Minnesota Aurora over Rochester FC. Come on. There we go. It's a problem with an iPad when you have a multiple scroll bars on a website. It makes life tough. Also on the 22nd, it was a 3-0 win, Long Island Rough Riders over the Hudson Valley Crush. 2-1 win by Pleasanton Rage over Academia SC. It was a 2-0 win Lone Star over Lone Star San Antonio. 1-0 win Tennessee SC over Southern Soccer Academy. It was a 1-1 draw between the Cedar Stars and Manhattan SC. North Carolina Courage U23 had a 3-1 win over South Georgia. It was a 2-2 draw on the 23rd between the Charlotte Eagles and Carolina Ascent. It was a 1-0 win Flatirons FC over Colorado International. Sioux Falls FC had a 2-1 win over the Chicago City. I think that was the Dutch Lions there. It was a 4-1 win by Santa Clara over AMSG. It was a 4-1 win AHFC Royals over San Antonio. The Wake City FC with a 4-2 win, doubling up North Carolina Fusion. It was Fort Lauderdale with a 5-0 win over Brokehouse FC. And 15-0 on the 24th, Kings Hammer FC all over the Dayton team. See if we can get our third page here, our final here. Taking a look at things happening today. Already, it was a 7-2 win by Sporting Jacks over FC Miami City. 3-1 win by Richmond Ivy SC over Virginia Atlantic WFC. Other games happening today, trying to see if there's any other in interest of us. I don't see any others in the Great Lakes region. So that is your scoreboard report. Let's talk about the upcoming games for these squads as take a look out here. So for the women's squad, again, they are at Toledo on May 31st. That's a 7:15 game down in Toledo. Then the lone home game in the next 5 for the women's team is on June 11th. That is a Wednesday here at Hallway Field. That will be versus Kalamazoo. That's a 7 p.m. game. Then exactly a week later, they are at Kalamazoo on June 18th. That is at 7 p.m. at Kalamazoo. On the 21st, they travel to Detroit City. That will be a 7 p.m. game over there. And then on Friday, they travel all the way to Romeo to play Union FC Macomb. That is a 7 p.m. game. The next game that we have here is going to be Monday at 11 a.m. That is going to be Oakland County FC coming in and playing the men's squad of AFC Ann Arbor right here at Hallway Field. We're going to step away, play a little bit of music, and we will be right back for your second half action. 2-0. AFC Ann Arbor has the lead over Midwest United at the half. Again, we want to take a moment. We'll get right back to that music, but we want to thank the USA Amputee Soccer team out there for playing at halftime, and a really fantastic group out there, and we appreciate them joining us and showing us their skills out there and bringing knowledge and support to that group. So we'll continue with the music here. As we are back here at Hallway Field, second half. Time and temperature is 61 degrees here at 8:07 Eastern Time. As it's 2-0 AFC Ann Arbor in the lead versus Midwest United. This is the battle between number 1 and number 2 in the Great Lakes Division. The only non-win these two teams had was a draw versus each other. 2 wins other than that by Ann Arbor. 1 win by Midwest United, that over Toledo Villa. Again, Ann Arbor with the 2-goal lead here, but obviously we're going to get the best shot from Midwest United coming out of halftime. They will be focused. They will have some energy, and you know that they're going to try and get this game level if at all possible. Ann Arbor just wants to keep the good times rolling, try and keep the pressure on Midwest United. And they'd love to keep that sheet clean if at all possible. Ann Arbor going from right to left here in the second half.
My young fans, make some noise!
As you can hear the folk out there getting excited, ready to go. It's Irvin, who is the first goal scorer, ready to get us going. Right inside the center circle. And we appreciate you watching this USLW matchup between AFC and Arbor, the Mighty Oaks, and Midwest United FC. Long time Great Lakes Division rivals. Midwest United from the west side of the state, the Grand Rapids area. Just waiting for everything to get set, waiting for the whistle from the official. And we are about to get underway. Lots of folks wearing leis out here again, Hawaiian Nights, for the Lilo and Stitch live action movie. Partnership with Imagine Theaters. I did my Stitch impersonation once. I won't subject you to that again, but as just kind of kicking things around there, getting ready to rock and roll is Irvin and Harsh. Trying to keep warmed up, getting ready for the official. Now the other official back onto the pitch. So a little delay waiting for that additional official to be on that far touchline. So now that we have all the officials ready to rock and roll, that ball over. Harsh gets it down onto the far wing. Ann Arbor moves it ahead, trying to race ahead with it. Coming down that far wing is Barreto. Barreto trying to get across, and that goes out the end line. That is going to be a corner for Ann Arbor, as Harsh over to take the corner. Early set piece here. Still in the 46th minute, just out of halftime. Harsh ready for the set piece. Ann Arbor would love to add to their lead. That ball across and coming over, grabbing it. That will go out as Conley had an opportunity, but fired the ball and that went off of Collard. That will be a corner for Ann Arbor. Now on the near corner. Last one was the far corner, so ball set again. I believe that's Harsh once more. Right hand raised. That ball arcs over, headed up, and now sent out, headed back by Deambra. Now Albert trying to head it to get it out of the zone. That fired all the way back by Harema. Throw in on the far touchline. Go out the far touchline again, another throw in. So I believe that's Collard doing the throw in over there on the far touchline. All right, over midfield. Grabbed by Kata. Kata moves it back over to Harema. And that ball back and into the 18. Preeb grabs it there. Preeb will pick that up here in the 48th minute. Preeb throws it down onto the far wing. Pulled ahead as Brand had it. Now Harsh trying to feed it ahead. That goes out. Brand with the throw-in on the far touchline. Brand gets it in. Played off the body. Back over. Here comes Harsh. Harsh towards the center of the pitch. Gets it over to Permonen. Permonen trying to get past two Midwest players. Permonen trying to feed it as that's knocked away down onto the near wing. Turning on it, Midwest United trying to get it out of the zone. Vance blasted all the way back deep into the attacking third. Trying to get to it first is Harema, but Preeb lofts it the other direction. Headed back up by Midwest United, played down by Harsh. Harsh in a battle over there with Termansa. That ball rocketed now back into the defensive third for Midwest United. Albert tracks it down. Gets that over to Sulliver. Sulliver down onto the far wing. And brought ahead. Right to midfield. Harsh trying to get to it. The ball down onto the near wing. Moved ahead back over there by Malik. Ball back over. Malik again trying to send it all the way down the pitch. That will go out the end line. That will be a goal kick for AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2025 jerseys available at the merch booth in youth, men's, and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the team wears. Also remember, it's available at afcannarbor.com. We also want to thank Polestar Detroit, the electric vehicle partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Ball down onto the far wing in the attacking third for Midwest United, controlled by Ann Arbor. Back over into the 18 to Preeb. Preeb in the 50th minute. Moves it over to Hill. Hill bringing it up. That ball back to Fisher. Fisher arcs it up high towards midfield, trying to get to it. Irvin played down. Conley in a battle. That knocked away back over there by Waringa. And trying to feed it ahead is Sheldon. Ball back over onto the near wing. Permonen has it. Permonen. Back to Fisher. Fisher over to Harsh. Harsh up the center of the pitch. Harsh all the way across. That over to Brand. Brand back over to Fife. Fife rockets it across to Fisher. Fisher off the body. Fisher heads towards the center of the pitch. Fisher trying to feed it through traffic. Trying to turn on the ball is Irvin. Irvin ends up down on the pitch right at the blockade. Ann Arbor with a kick there here in the 51st minute. That ball grabbed by Fisher. Good job to keep it from going out the near touchline. Permonen back. Now that launched. Trying to feed it ahead was Irvin. All down on the far touchline, trying to keep it in over there. It was Barreto. Now Vance with it, fed ahead, trying to get to Permonen. That knocked right back onto the far wing. Vance moves it all the way back out the far touchline. That will be a throw-in by Midwest United. They get it right over midfield, rolls down the far touchline as Fife sends it out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Midwest United deep in the attacking third. As Collard over to throw it in. Collard arcs it into the 18. That headed out by Brand. Coming ahead with it is Conley. Conley. Ball on the far touchline, right back into the 18. Preeb grabs it there. Preeb throws it out onto the near wing. Here comes Fisher. Fisher streaking up the near side, puts it down onto the near touchline for Permonen. Permonen trying to get past. Permonen in a battle there with Malik and Whistle. And it's going to go back over to Midwest United. 2-0 lead for AFC Ann Arbor. So we were about to head into the 53rd minute here. So we do that right now. All set on the near wing. Moved all the way down. That headed back by Tamansa. Launching advance, puts it down onto the far wing, trying to get it over to Waringa. Waringa looking for a cross. Pop down over there and out the end line. That is going to be a corner as Kata over to take the corner for Midwest United. Kata has the ball set. Loretto over there just in case it's short. Headed up high in the 18. Vance with the blast, now knocked down As Irvin had it, Irvin down onto the near wing. Irvin sends it all the way down. They'll go out the near touchline. That is going to be a throw in here. Malik with the throw in. Malik. That ball played off the body by Fisher. Chipped up high. That will again go out the near touchline. Malik with it there just on the edge of the middle third. Malik arcs it into the attacking third. Good job by Permonen to get in the way. Coming ahead with it is Conley. Conley all the way over onto the far wing. That blasted ahead is knocked down. Oh, that looked like it was going to be a good through ball. A good job by Midwest United to knock it away. Permonen up the near side of the pitch. He turns on it. Permonen arcing it into the 18, racing over, but Sullivan gets to it first. Sullivan quickly rolls it out over to Waringa. Waringa trying to come up the far side of the pitch. Waringa back into the middle third. Waringa gets it over to Kata. Kata trying to make it over midfield. Kata that headed back right into the middle third by Ann Arbor. Moved over by Harsh. That ball back and out the far touchline. That is going to be Midwest United with the throw in here in the 55th minute. 2-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. All in. Kata has it back in the middle third. Kata feeds it down the far touchline. That will go out. Again, that will be a throw in by Albert. Albert, right? Yeah. No, sorry. That's going to be Collard with the throw. Saw the 4, didn't see the 1. Collard trying to get it into the 18, and that'll be grabbed by Preeb. Ball back to Preeb. Preeb on the edge of the 18. Preeb moves it back over to Fife. Fife coming up the center of the pitch. Fife all the way across to Fisher. Fisher up the near wing. Fisher over midfield. Fisher firing it ahead. And offside the call. Irvin trying to stay level with Albert. Just couldn't do it. Here comes Malik up the near side of the pitch. That will go out the near touchline. Throw in by Midwest United here in the 56th minute. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Ball played down. Hopped over by Harima. And here comes Harsh. Harsh on a give and go. Harsh cuts towards the near side. Harsh. Stutter step into the attacking third. Harsh over to Permonen. Permonen up the near touchline. Permonen. And it just goes out the near touchline. Permonen trying to keep it in. But to no avail. Good effort. But that will be a throw in by Midwest United. Played down. Harima trying to get to it. There's a whistle. As this is going to be an opportunity for Ann Arbor. As Harsh has the ball set about 10 yards into the attacking third. So again, advantageous spot of menace here for Ann Arbor. As Harsh raises the left hand. Sends it over to the far side of the 18. Ball down, and Sullivan down to the pitch and grabs it. Good job by Sullivan. I want to thank additional sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes YMCA, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor, as well as Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We thank Bank of Ann Arbor for 10 mighty years. Bank of Ann Arbor is here to help. Throw in for Ann Arbor. Substitution comes in. So Lickensteiger in for Midwest United. Did not see who she replaced.
Midwest United substitution, number 28, Mela Lickensteiger.
All the way back is that sent ahead by Kata. Out the far touchline. Throw in for Ann Arbor. Move back, now trying to launch it ahead. Bringing it, that blasted all the way back high into the 18 and now go out. The end line. That will turn into a goal kick here for Sulliver. Sulliver gets it set at the 6. Sulliver. Sit over on that far wing on the far touchline. Now back over to Kata. Kata. All the way across over to Malik. Malik up the near touchline, and it just slips off of her boot. Out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Ann Arbor here in the 59th minute. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Fisher with the throw-in. Fisher. Played down by Permonen. Permonen gets it back on the near touchline. Permonen. All the way back to Hill. Hill across to Fife. Fife on that far wing. Fife. Over to Brand. Brand trying to set it up. That ball down on the far touchline. Popped up high. Trying to bring it into the attacking third. Ball all the way down. Trying to get to it back over there. Big battle as that will go out. That is an Ann Arbor ball. As Barreto battling on that far touchline. And that ball earns a throw-in deep in the attacking third for Ann Arbor. Ball down, chip back and out the far touchline. That will stay Ann Arbor's ball here in the 60th minute. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Throw in on that far wing, looking for the cross. That chipped all the way across. They'll come a little far onto this near side. Malik gets it back into the middle third. Now sent by Hill right back on the edge of the 18. Played down by Albert. Albert over onto this near wing to Malik. Malik pops it up high. Fisher heads it. Now played down. Vance has it onto the far wing, trying to get around Irvin. That ball all the way back into the defensive third for Ann Arbor. Preeb has it back in her own 18. Preeb has Hill to her left, Fife to her right. Hill has it. Hill up the center of the pitch. Hill now puts her foot into it. Irvin heads it, and that will go down onto the far wing. Got a little away from Irvin. She did have the first goal. She would love to get a brace here today. Right towards the middle, Midwest United has it. Trying to get it over to Malik. Malik on the near touchline. Malik trying to loft it through, trying to get it over to Herema. Stopped in the 18 by Preeb. Preeb slowly dribbles it over. Now Hill has it. Hill back over to Preeb. Preeb chips it over to Fisher. Fisher on the near touchline, plays it off the body. Fisher moving it ahead. Now racing ahead with it is here comes Harsh. Harsh all the way across. Now Brand bringing it ahead. Brand trying to launch it ahead. That ball over. Irvin down into the 18 and down on the pitch. That will roll out. There'll be an Ann Arbor throw-in. But Barreto goes down on the pitch in the 18. And AFC and Arbor fans wanted to point to the spot, but that is not coming. Barreto up. She looks like she's okay. That's the most important part. That ball thrown in. Harsh has it. Harsh trying to get around some traffic. Harsh and trying to dribble. Puts it on the far touchline. That sent all the way across. Headed back. Now Kata trying to get it out of the zone. Down onto the near wing. And it's sent right towards center. Good challenge back there by Hill to send it out. Trying to get it away from Lichtensteiger. All the way back down the near wing. Hill trying to move it ahead, but that slipped out the near touchline. So Herema trying to get that ball. Hill knocks it away, but that will be a throw-in for Midwest United. Malik with it on the near touchline in the attacking third. Malik gets that ball in. Sent back, top of the 18. Launched, and that will go wide. Just wide to the near side. Preeb dove just to make sure. But Lichtensteiger with a blast, and that just went wide a little bit to the near side. Here in the 63rd minute. Over to Hill. Hill in the 18. Pressure coming. Gets it over. Harsh. Over to Fisher. Fisher coming up the near wing. Fisher racing over midfield. Fisher trying to get it past. Good job stopping it over there by Waringa. Now Midwest United the other direction. Tomasa down on the pitch. Albert moves it down onto this near touchline. Trying to work her way around is Harema. Harema looking for a cross. That knocked down. Ball loose. Albert taking a shot, and that will go out the end line. Cotta over to take this corner as Midwest United earns themselves a set piece here in the 64th minute. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Cotta has the ball set. Cotta raises her right hand. Cotta arcs it across, headed up, and just over the field goal post. Good opportunity as DeShane had it, but just a little too much power on that head, and it went right through the field goal post. And ahead to Fife. Fife, pressure for Midwest United deep. In the defensive third for Ann Arbor, trying to move it across was Collard. Popped up high. Now back towards the 18. Preeb has it there. Preeb will stop there and move it over. Fisher up the near wing. Fisher now racing ahead with it. That popped away from, I believe that was Harm. Midwest United the other direction. Fisher trying to poke that away. Now Hill has it. Hill goes down to the pitch, and that will be a whistle. Got tangled up there with Harema. Hill with the kick. Hill. Across over to Fife. Fife. Back in the 18 for Preeb. Preeb launching it over, played down off the body over there and out the far touchline. As Waringa trying to keep it in. Ann Arbor with the quick throw in towards midfield. Irvin with it just inside the far touchline. Irvin, that goes out the far touchline. Irvin, the goal scorer, she's from London, England. She plays at Midland University. Seen them a few times with the ACHA hockey team when broadcasting Michigan women's hockey. That ball all the way back and along the far wing. Now trying to come over. That into the 18 and just sent over to the far side of the 18, but no one there. Good opportunity for Ann Arbor as Fisher trying to fire right back top of the 18. Trying to turn on it. Down on the pitch. That ball back over. Chipped by Harm. Popped up by Fisher. Now back over. Headed up over there by Conley. Ball back towards midfield. Now moved ahead. Trying to get it through as Irvin. Irvin sends it back on the far touchline, and that will go out. That will be a throw-in for Midwest United here in the 67th minute. We do want to thank Wickfield Properties, the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We thank Wickfield Properties for 10 years of support. Housing to visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Also, Lewis Jewelers. Thank you for their support. Lewis Jewelers is your diamond store. So the Ann Arbor District Library, we want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for all their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and everything they do for the Ann Arbor community. Thank you to the Ann Arbor District Library. All right, towards midfield, Irvin trying to get it back over. Laid ahead by Fife. Fife has it over to Fisher. Fisher moved ahead, turning on it. Coming with it is Conley. Conley moves it across, but that launched all the way down onto the near side of the pitch. Good job by Fisher to head it. Now Vance has it on this near touchline. That'll go out, and that will turn into a throw-in for Ann Arbor. Deep in the attacking third. Harsh with the throw-in. Harsh. Harsh arcs it over. Played down by Irvin. Launched across. Headed up by Diambra. And played down. Fisher plays it off the body, trying to get it right back into the 18, but that grabbed. Plucked up there by Sullivan. Moves it ahead. Ball on to the far wing. Albert with it there. Albert launching it ahead. Played down, popped up by Midwest United. As over there is Harema. Battle on the far touchline, coming away with it. Launched ahead by Conley, knocked back, and that will be right on the far touchline, but that went out. That should be a throw-in. Brand gets it in, back over to Brand. Arcs it ahead, that goes into the far corner, played down back over there by Duchesne. Gets the ball moving the other direction. Duchesne right back into the middle third. Right over midfield. Sent back into the 18 by Preeb. Preeb has it, well, just outside the 18. Preeb. Down onto the near wing. Fisher plays it off the body right at the near touchline. Ahead to Permonen. Back to Fisher. Brings it up the near wing. Fisher trying to arc it all the way across. Is racing over, trying to get to it. That grab by Conley. Conley looking for a cross. Conley coming down deep in the attacking third. Conley looking to get out the end line. Good challenge back there by Midwest United to take that chance away from Conley. But Conley earns a set piece here. I believe that is going to be Permonen, who's going to take the corner in the near corner. So opportunity for Ann Arbor. Permonen sends it across, headed up high by Midwest United, then in by Diambra. Popped up over there by Fife. Diambra again heading it, and will go back over and plucked up by Sulliver. Rolls it down onto the near wing, over to Albert. All the way across the pitch. Midwest United with it. Now down on the far touchline. Battle for it, challenge as Harema had it. That went out the far touchline. Here in the 71st minute at Hallway Field. 2-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. Midwest United with the throw-in. There's another substitution coming in, I believe. As coming in is number 12. That's going to be Sharp. So Sharp in for Midwest United. Ball up, headed up high. Trying to get to it is Harm. Played off the body. Chipped ahead by Ann Arbor. I think that was Fife. Played down. Trying to turn on it back over there was Tomasa. All the way back into the far corner and out the far touchline. Saremo was trying to get across the way, and it's going to be a throw-in over there.
AFC and Arbor substitutions, number 23, Sophia Bauman, and number 4,
as that's going to be Duchesne to bring it in.
United substitution, number 12.
Bauman in for Ann Arbor. So Emma Shartin was the other person for Midwest United, number 12. Ball played down, trying to feed it across was Harema. Back now, sent back into the middle third. Ball played over to Kata, knocked down now. Here comes Ann Arbor trying to move it ahead to Irvin. Pressure coming from behind, blasted ahead. That will roll into the 18. Grabbed there by Sulliver. Sends it up the pitch, arcing it right at midfield. And played down onto the near wing, tracking it down. And fired the other direction by Harm, out the near touchline. Malik with the throw-in. Malik here in the 73rd minute. 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Popped up over there by Lichtensteiger, then knocked the other direction. Kata plays it back to Malik. Over centered up, now trying to bring it ahead. Midwest United. And played back over to Albert, stolen away, coming up the near wing. Here comes Permonen. Just over midfield, Permonen. Waiting for folks to come up the pitch. Permonen over to Harm. Up the near wing. Harm trying to get into the attacking third. Harm. Gets it right back over to Molina. Over to Fife. Moves it ahead. That down the far touchline, trying to keep it in. Rocketed back, but that will go out. The far touchline, deep in the defensive third for Midwest United. They will have a throw in there. It's going to be Deshane with the throw in. Ball trying to get to it, top of the 18. Albert blasts it down onto the far wing, headed back. Vance trying to get to it. Well, that ball trying to hold it in, headed back by Ann Arbor. Moved over to Cotta. It's it back to Albert. Albert trying to feed it right up the center of the pitch. Albert got it over to Short. Back. Shot. So that shot all the way back. Played off of Permonen. Ball back over. Now blasted ahead back over there by Shot. Down on the near touchline, Molina. Gets it over. Fife trying to bring it ahead. Fife trying to feed it over to Irvin. Irvin across the way. Fed all the way down the pitch. Right back into the middle third. Shot. Feeds it all the way back. Molina chasing it. Pressure coming from behind by Lichtensteiger. Right back into the 18. Over to Preeb here. Preeb arcs it down the pitch. Down onto the far wing. Fife trying to move it ahead. Trying to feed it ahead back over there. All the way back into the defensive third. Sullivan has it there. Sullivan moves it ahead. That ball over to Malik. Malik ahead to Vance. Vance. And deflected back over to Malik. Malik puts it onto the far touchline. Malik gets it back. Malik launches it, trying to get it down the pitch. Good job to head it back over there by Fisher. Ball right over midfield. Over to Cotta. Cotta trying to feed it ahead. Cotta gets it over to Waringa. Waringa back to Cotta. All the way down to the far wing. Bringing it ahead, Waringa. Waringa trying to put it into the far corner. Looking for a cross. Diambre trying to get into the way. That ball will go all the way over and out. The near touchline, that'll be a throw-in for Ann Arbor as we are in the 76th minute here at Hallway Field. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Midwest United has kept pressure on this second half, trying to get this game tied up. Is Albert coming away with the challenge of Permonen. That back top is Vance. Moves it back over to Cotta. Cotta just inside the attacking third. Cotta looks to her right now. Cotta trying to arc it over to Albert. That headed up. And that'll go out the near touchline. Good job by Fisher over there to keep Albert from having it too deep in. Popped up back, trying to turn on it over there was Waringa. Again, there'll be a throw-in by Albert. On the edge of the 18, trying to turn on it, and that grabbed by Preeb, as that was Tomasa. Put that shot on goal. Preeb able to get to it. Ball blasted towards midfield. Vance sends it up high. That headed back over on that far side, I believe by Fife, and that will go out. No, almost out. Nope, Midwest United plays it down. All the way over to Albert. Albert right at midfield. Albert chips it down the far wing. That headed up. Trying to get it over to her, Harema. That will be a throw-in by Midwest United. Grabbing it, Waringa. Waringa sends it back to the top of the attacking third into the 18. That headed up over there by Shot. Here in the 78th minute. Good job by Emily Scott. Ball out the far touchline. Throw in there by Ann Arbor. played down and out the far touchline here in the 79th minute. It's going to be Harema. Nope. Moves it back over. Collard, I believe, with the throw in. That is going to be a whistle on a bump, and this is going to be an opportunity. This is going to be a kick in a place of menace here for Midwest United. So they have it just about 7 yards above the end line, just inside that far touchline. So good opportunity. That's Kata again taking this. Right hand raised, that's sent across and rolls out the end line. Just to the near side of the near post. That will be Preeb's ball. We want to thank the following sponsors. Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. And A20, the sustainability partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Thank all the wonderful sponsors. Please support those who help support the team. As again, a couple more players coming on. Ball set here in the 80th minute, 2-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Preeb.
AFC Ann Arbor substitutions, number 11, Avery Nam, number 12, Aminata Lewis,
Nam
and number 17, Macy Malek.
Nam, Lewis, and Malecki all in for Ann Arbor. So Arbor gets some fresh bodies for the remaining 10 minutes before stoppage time. That ball moved back by Molina. That'll get sent all the way down by Serlin. Ball down on the far touchline, trying to bring it ahead is Malecki. Racing over, trying to turn on it is Harema. Harema down the far touchline, looking for a cross. Harema, as that will be out the end line. That is going to be a corner. So here in the 81st minute, Kata goes over for a corner. Kata ready. That ball sent across the 18. Headed up by Midwest United. That comes down onto the near wing. Albert trying to move it over. Now fed across. All the way back towards the middle third. Launch by Malecki back into the 18. Preeb tracks it down, and Preeb will grab onto it. It's the 82nd minute here, 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Preeb comes to the edge. All the way out the far touchline. That will be a throw-in by Midwest United. Is it still Collard over there? I think it is. Hard to see all the way across. Headed by Ann Arbor, right back towards midfield. Ball loose. Racing over. Midwest moves it over. Here comes Albert. Albert coming up the near wing. Albert launches it. That played down right back. Good job by back over there. It's an excellent job by Serlin. All still over, trying to turn on it. Chipped across, over onto the near wing. Albert with it. Albert fires it. That headed up. Played down as that's popped up high. Bauman trying to get to it. Now fed and picked up, and Preeb collapses on it there. Rolled over onto the near wing. The ball sent to Fisher. Fisher coming up. Moves it back. That's Fife. Fife back over to Preeb. Preeb launching it as Midwest United has a lot of players ahead. Trying to get this game leveled. Is Lickensteiger in there trying to have it. Now turning on it is Shot. And out the near side. Quick throw in by Albert here. Here in the 84th minute. 2-0 Ann Arbor with the lead. Ball, throw in on the near touchline. Preeb tracks it down in the 18 and plucks it up. Preeb heads out to the edge of the 18. So everyone goes down the pitch. Warringah staying deep, trying to provide pressure on Ann Arbor. Preeb sends it high, right down the center of the pitch. Vance had it, now fed ahead. Turning on it, feeding it over there was Tomasa. Up the far side of the pitch, down into the far corner. Warringah trying to send it across. And ball over. Popped up high by Albert. Played down. Preeb dives on it. Preeb grabs that as we head here into the 85th minute at Hallway Field. Preeb sends everyone up the pitch. Preeb moving it ahead. Again, this is a battle. Number 1 in the Great Lakes Division, AFC Ann Arbor versus number 2, Midwest United. These two teams, neither of them have lost the game. 1 win, 1 draw for Midwest United. 2 wins, 1 draw for AFC Ann Arbor. And the draw was versus each other over at Aquinas High School. Brought ahead by Tomasa. Tomasa all the way down as that will go out the end line. That is a corner earned, so Midwest United gets themselves another set piece. As Kata coming in as we're approaching 5 minutes left before stoppage time. Kata raises her right hand. Kata wastes no time putting it in play. That ball trying to turn on it, now sent down onto the near wing. That will roll out the near wing. That's going to be a throw-in. Shot puts it in the near wing. Molina sends it back. That lifted high. Irvin trying to get to it. Ball down. Bauman. And out the near touchline, but they'll say that was knocked out by Midwest United. So that'll be a throw-in here by Fisher. Fisher on the near touchline. Ann Arbor trying to hold on, keep this 2-goal lead. Midwest United trying to keep their team, trying to dig into this lead and get this game level, but they need 2 goals. Fisher just on her own side of midfield with the throw-in on the near touchline. Fisher trying to get it back deep. Trying to play it down. That popped up high by Irvin all the way down onto the far wing. As racing over to get it is Kata. Kata sends it back. As that was blasted, Malecki was trying to come down and get over there. Nam over there as well. Ball fired all the way over onto the far wing by Malecki. Nam trying to get to it. That goes out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Midwest United here in the 87th minute. 2-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Right at midfield, trying to move it away. That ball over to Nam. Nam back. Fife arcs it down the pitch into the attacking third. Played down by Irvin. She started off the scoring today. Now Harm gets it over to Malecki. Malecki looking to turn on it. That will go out, but that will be a corner. AFC Ann Arbor. Malecki earns a set piece for the team. I believe it's Harm heading over to take this ball. Albert didn't like how slow Ann Arbor was going, so Albert tried to get that ball in the right spot, trying to Midwest United showing a sense of urgency. Ann Arbor, they want to take as much time as they can. It's now in the 88th minute. We are 2.5 minutes from stoppage time. That ball across, headed by Midwest United towards midfield. Now over. Malecki trying to turn on it. That knocked away. Malecki trying to get it back, coming the other direction with it. As Shot will have a free kick as she earns herself she got fouled, so Shot heading up the pitch. Played down, headed back into the defensive third. launched by Brand, that will go out the far touchline. So we are in the 89th minute. A substitution coming in, and two of them for Midwest United. So two fresh bodies in for Midwest United, trying to have that spark of energy to get this game to a one-goal game. Throwing on the far touchline. We are under 1 minute 30 seconds from stoppage time. Molina with the challenge. That is going to earn a kick. That is in the attacking third, so Kata comes over. This is a dangerous spot for a kick. So set piece ready for Kata as we approach 1 minute left before stoppage time. Kata with an opportunity here. Raises the right hand, fires it into the 18, and it goes in. Kata puts the ball in as she sneaks it just inside the near corner, and that makes it 2-1. So, and here in the 90th minute, Midwest United with a goal, as it was a beautiful shot by Kata that found its way in, and now it's a one-goal game with 25 seconds left before stoppage time, and now the pressure on AFC and Arbor, as they want to try and keep this one-goal lead as we are about to head into stoppage time. 10 seconds left before stoppage time. Throw in on the far touchline. So we are now in stoppage time. Ball sent right in the middle, trying to get to it. That fired ahead, as that will go all the way down. Out the near touchline. Zervin will send that back deep. 15 seconds into stoppage time. We have not heard how much stoppage time as of yet. That ball be thrown in the near touchline by Peterson. Peterson gets it back on the near touchline. Peterson trying to move it ahead. That ball blasted by Fisher, as Fisher will send it all the way down. Played down as 1 minute again of stoppage time, and Ann Arbor earns a set piece deep in the attacking third as we are 47 seconds in. And that is going to burn a set piece here, as that should burn through basically that minute of stoppage time, and Ann Arbor trying to convert on this set piece, get it back to a two-goal lead. And that will do it. Ann Arbor wins. AFC Ann Arbor stays undefeated as they now are 3 wins, no losses, 1 draw, number 3 in the power rankings in the nation. As the next game again is Monday at 11 a.m. for Memorial Day matchup, as it is Oakland County FC coming in to play AFC Ann Arbor. So we would love to see you here Monday. And thank you very much for watching and cheering for whichever these teams you were cheering for. We appreciate the support. All of these amazing athletes definitely deserve your support and your attention. We want to thank our camera people, Megan Wiseman and James Wiseman. Mike Butler, our director, putting up with me just to my left here. My name is Mark Wiseman. It is a privilege and an honor to get to call these games for you. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. We will see you Monday, Memorial Day, 11 a.m. Thank you, and have a great night.